So I thought I'd make this video of how I'm gonna do a DIY claw machine for my kids. My kids have this really cool claw machine. They got it as a gift and they loved it. But as you can tell, it's all apart now because they used it so much that part of the motor stopped working. We've taken it apart to see if we could fix it, but it's something that is kind of out of our wheelhouse, that part that's broken. So I decided, why don't I try to make a DIY claw machine? So supply wise, I've got a box. You could paint it, but I wasn't feeling up to painting it, so I went to the local dollar store and I found this like self-adhesive roll, kind of like Mac Tack, and I thought it was kind of cute, so we went with that. I've got stuff to put in it, which we have a whole bunch of Kinder Egg toys that they haven't opened yet that we've been saving. Yes. We've got plastic wrap. Now, I would have preferred a sheet of plastic for the window, but I don't have any handy, and this was super affordable. So I thought I'd give it a try. And we also got, I found these at the dollar store. They're metallic sheets. They're just like little, there's gold and silver in this pack. They also had like other packs of colors, but I thought for the inside, because you know it's usually mirrored, and of course you need a claw, so we found this at the dollar store. It's one of those help you pick stuff up claws. So I also have scissors, tape, a hot glue gun with glue sticks. You should use an X-Acto knife if you have one. I couldn't find mine, so I have just a normal kitchen knife, which make sure you sharpen afterwards because it's gonna go dull most likely. So let's get started and see what we can do. So what I'm gonna start with is I'm gonna take off all the top flaps because we're not gonna need them because they're gonna need some way to stick the claw in it. So let's cut those all off.
I'm watching the part.
So now that you have the flaps cut off, make sure you keep them because I'm thinking they're gonna come in handy for the next part. Now, normally, what I've normally done is I've cut it and then added the Mac Tack to my projects. But I think today I'm actually gonna try Mac Tacking it first because there's gonna be small parts and sometimes those are hard to Mac Tack after. So I think I might give it a try Mac Tacking it first today. Now we have our box, and you can rub it to get out any wrinkles and things, but I mean it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the fun thing about DIYs. I know it's hard to kind of see the
sprinkled, but it's okay.
The right coloring. My lighting is not the best, I apologize. But that's what it looks like so far. Okay, so I'm gonna I found this sheet of paper and I am going to put it on and trace it with a blue marker so it kind of hides it. Plus this should also be washable, Sorry about the background noise. Abby's doing her own DIY in the background. But anyway, so I'm going to trace it and then I'm going to cut it. So, sorry, I tried to get a bit better lighting. It is a little hard. It's such a big object. But, okay, so now I'm going to start trying to cut. Don't mind my arms if they get in the shot. So you're just going to try to cut down. Like I say, X-Acto knife would be perfect. But, as you can tell, a kitchen knife does help when you need it in a pinch. Try to make sure you leave enough cardboard around the windows for a lot, so they have more structure, because you don't want it falling apart after the first playthrough.
There's little snips.
Tape on the other side or something that made it a little bit harder to cut. I'm on the, see, I'm having a bit harder of a time because it's on the seam for the cardboard, but that's okay.
See guys, so I made this glass of the little like fingers. It looks like little monster teeth, so I make those.
So there.
Like a monster
And then we're
teeth.
gonna do the bottom.
And done. Then we're gonna take my window. We're gonna take the window and then we're gonna put my window in the front of the back.
Okay, and there. Boom.
I'm gonna put
First window in our claw machine. Now, some stuff might show here because the window's big, and I'm gonna clean this extra cardboard piece up.
There's only black and blue.
There we go.
There's only one.
So now we've got this. So we're gonna try to do the exact same on the opposite side. And you want to roughly try to get it at the same spot. Though I know that can be hard, especially without proper tools and things. So now we got to work on the front part. Okay.
Over here, I'm using cardboard.
Okay, so I think I'm going to use the paper again, and I'm going to put it more near the top, like I did with the others, but I'm going to put it on this angle, because I also want to put, if I can, the little square down here for them to take the toy out of, instead of pulling the toy out the top. I think it'd be more fun if they actually have to drop it. Okay, and there we go. What do you think so far? A little bit like a claw machine, right? I'm just gonna go back and fix up some of the cardboard that shows. You can just pull it off, or if you had a little sandpaper, you could sand it, you could do anything. And next, I guess, will be to add the little square for them to get the toy out of. Now, I'm planning to use, like I said, basically some Kinder Egg toys, maybe some bigger. So we want to make sure that we have a nice sized square.
Lemonade stand. Lemonade stand. We have a gut here.
But make sure you don't cut it right to the bottom. Okay, so I'm just gonna like eyeball it this time, and I'm gonna put a square about, I want it big enough just in case I ever change my mind and put So I'd say about that size roughly. Okay, so my next goal is to make the little box that's gonna go in here. And what I think I'm gonna actually do is take the pieces that I have like this, take one of them, and I'm going to add, since I still have some, I'm gonna add more to the back so it's on both sides, and I'm gonna make my little cube out of that.
Hey, Mommy.
I'm going to plan out how I want to cut. I'm going to try to cut so that I have the nice finished edges too. I know I don't really have that all around, and it doesn't have to be, but I'm just going to see what I can do anyway. So I have to plan out what size of box I want.
Okay, this is
So
great.
I'll probably come to about here. So you're going to see in a little bit, but that's not going to hurt at all.
So for this, I'll take this for now.
So we want it to be
Kind of like that. I don't want to break paper. I
roughly.
have to leave that on for now, and I'm
I'm
going
going to lean my marker down a bit so it's a little bit lower.
My mom's right here.
Lower.
Oh, Mommy's even getting there.
And I'm going to go to about here. Okay, so I have a rough, it's not a perfect line, but I'm going to see what I can do with it.
I'm gonna turn the claw machine.
I'm going to use my scissors this time if I can.
I'm trying to fix this.
Like I said, when working with cardboard, you're pretty much going to have everything sharpened afterwards, most likely.
Can you
So it's definitely not sitting flat 100%. So I'm going to just trim it up some to get it, hopefully, straighter. Not bad. So if I put that in there,
Yeah, it's really broken.
we'll have the little spot where the kids reach in to take out their toy. So I have to do one more for the other side. Luckily, I can use this one as pretty much a template, and it doesn't need to be as long, but we want it to be the same height. You can, it's better to cut large and then cut down as you need it, rather than cut and not have enough. And it's definitely
Mommy's
perfect,
cut
so
paper, mine don't.
I'm going to definitely cut it a little bit straighter as I can. So now if we put it on the inside, we'll have a little box. Now, I still find that this is quite of a big one, so I'm going to cut down this one, and I'll probably cut down the other one a bit too. It's hard to see maybe, but I think that's more on par with what I would want. But I'm not going to attach those just yet. I'm going to set them to the side, and I'm going to work on the interior a bit now. Okay, so first I'm going to take a look at these. It says 20 metallic sheets. I don't know how many. I want the silver ones the most, so
I have silver.
you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now there's like a gold, like 2 different shades of gold, or copper and gold, but I'm gonna see. I'm hoping to do it all in just the silver.
One gold, please. Thank you.
So first I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna take it and lay it down.
Okay,
because I want it to go across the back and if possible the bottom. Okay, I've brought you a little closer now. So I'm going to start with the bottom ones over here anyway. And like I said, clean up a bit as I go along. And these are just peel and stick, which is really nice. See? Okay, so I have a few pieces that I'm gonna cut at least. I have some leftover pieces too.
Now I'm gonna do a bottom.
Like I said, it doesn't have to be super perfect, but I'm gonna try and cut little pieces to do the sides. We're gonna take our, remember, pieces from before, and we're gonna set them up. We're gonna get them ready to be set up. See, they're gonna be right there in this corner. So I'm gonna get out my hot glue gun. Okay, so now we're gonna take the glue gun and we're going to attach our pieces. So I'm gonna put some glue on here. Some hot glue on the side and along the bottom, and I'm going to put it in and in place where I want it. I'm going to hold it to make sure that it sticks really well. I'm going to put the glue on the bottom. Put your glue on the bottom and the glue on this part. Put it in and hold it in place. Okay, so now it's in place. It's pretty secure. And really the last thing we have left to do is, one of the last things we have left to do, I should say, is put in the plastic, which might be quite complicated. So let's give it a try though. Okay everyone, something hit me when I was looking at this and I had an even smarter idea. Now you can use this. It's really thin though and it'll probably get damaged. But if you have nothing else to use, go for it. Or you could also leave it open. But I have one of these. I'm not sure if everybody would know what these are unless you're really in Canada. They're window kits. So it's a plastic that you cover your window with in the winter time to help keep the heat in and not let the cold in on older windows and whatnot. And it comes with a slightly thicker plastic. Definitely thicker than the cling wrap, and it also has a double-sided tape that it comes with, and you should be able to blow dry it and make it get really taut. So I've got quite a bit of it, so I thought I'd give it a try and see how this works. Okay, so I'm gonna hold it up. I want it to make sure that it goes over the edges. I can trim it off afterwards, but I'm just gonna go to cut a piece about here. Hopefully it's semi-straight. Now, I'm gonna lay this down. I probably should have did the little window first on this side because of this, but I wanted to make sure I got that in and that was the easiest way I could at the time. So then we're going to open this. Okay, now, oh my. So we're going to make sure that it covers pretty much this whole area. And we'll cut it. Right, so we know it's going to fit in there. Put my piece aside. Now this is double-sided tape that it comes with, and you just plan out where you want it. Put the tape, push it down good, cut the tape. I'm not sure if the blow dryer part, is gonna work or not, but we might still try it because it'd be nice if it actually does work. You pull off the clear and it leaves a tape behind. I like to always make sure it stays down. Sometimes it'll help set off. The next one, push it to make sure it stays down. It's nice and sticky, so good. I want to make sure it's good and sticky. Okay, I'm going to take my piece of plastic. Now, to get it to lay, we want it to be as tight as possible, which is hard when it's already sticking. I'm going to roll it up a little bit to make it easier for me to work with, at least till I get that the first part on. Pull it as tight as I can across. there we go. So you can see it makes a nice, and I'm gonna try, like I said, when you blow dry it, it's supposed to get really taut and tight, so it wouldn't have any, but so far it's looking good, even if the blow dryer part doesn't work. Ooh, I'm getting so excited. Let's move on to, let's do the easier side first, I guess. Actually, I better do the more complicated side first. So I have a little bit of, it doesn't really matter, I guess. That would pretty much be what it would look like. I'm gonna get the blow dryer and see if it'll make it even tighter. Too tight. So maybe not blow drying, because look, it made it tight and it pulled the cardboard. I'm just gonna do it very faintly on both sides.
Let me see.
Okay. So, blow drying did make it really taut, but it did make, as you can see, the top buckle a bit because it's not strong enough to, it pulled it almost too tight. A little disappointing, but still, it's gonna do what it needs to do, right? Look at that. So, I'm gonna take my prizes. You could do anything you want. There's not a super lot in there yet, but I have other stuff to add. And then they just take the big claw machine, put it in, and try their best to get something and drop it plop in the box. So come in, grab one, and drop. And you could make it more complicated. You could add like elastics on the top or something to make them have to challenging to get through, or you could do anything, and you could put anything in here. You could put teddies, you could put whatever you want. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see the claw machine in action, check my description. I'll leave a link to my kids' YouTube channel where we test it out.